What up, YouTube? It's me, the one and only Oni. How's everyone today? Hope you're doing great. If not, you're in the right place. Right now, we're going to get into some Borderlands 3 skill tree theory crafting. Before we get into that, though, I need to say a few things. One, this is about my fifth take of trying to record this while being about 10 minutes in. Last time, I realized that my mic was muted. Time before that, I sneezed about 10 times during the entire recording. I'm fine now with the sneeze, I think. And before that, I stumbled and stuttered on my words a lot. And the thing is, guys, this isn't scripted, all right? I kind of just talk as I go and say what's on my mind. So I will get caught up on my words. I will not have the right word. I will lose my train of thought. So just bear with me, but I'm going to do my best to make sure you at least know what I'm talking about if I mess up or things of that nature. All right, let's get into it. Borderlands 3 theory crafting. The flavor today is Zane. Zane, if you spent any time in his skill trees, you know that Zane is probably going to be in-ZANE. Alright, he's going to be nutty. He's going to be nutty. Another unique thing about, not another unique, but a unique thing about Zane is the way his playstyle works is in terms of first-person shooters, right? He has builds where he can run and gun, and he has builds where he can sit back and camp. And a little bit of a hybrid of the two, right? I would even argue that Digi is more of a tactical game playstyle. So very unique, very diverse in his playstyles, and I like that about Zane. I think that's gonna make him quite a attractive character to a lot of people coming to Borderlands 3. Obviously, Flak is still the most popular, but that's okay. Zane's still gonna get some love. Everybody's still gonna get some love. All right. So today, run and gun build. Let's get into it. I'll explain as I go. We're gonna pick up Sentinel and we're gonna pick up Digi. All right. Me personally, I'm just putting Sentinel in first slot, Digi in second. I want the Digi to be my quote-unquote grenade button. All right, starting off, I'm just gonna put 5 points in synchronicity for grab that sweet 40% gun damage. All right, from here we're going back to Hitman tree, and then I'm gonna go into violent momentum. All right, violent momentum is kind of the skill that this whole idea of a build is built around. All right, Zane's gun damage is increased while moving. The quicker he moves, the greater the gun damage bonus. 20% at default walk speed. But Oni, what if I want to sit in the back with a sniper rifle, ADSing and crouch shotting? Well, then this build is not for you. All right, Zane will have a build for you. That sounds like I said Zane will. Anyway, Zane will have a build for you, and it should be pretty good from what I can quote-unquote theory craft. And that is a build for another day. Let me know if you'd like to do that. So violent momentum has some interesting wording here, and after my last video and the little mistake I made, I'm paying attention to the words of the skills, the descriptions now. Now it says here the quicker he moves. Okay, now maybe I'm overthinking this, but to me it means one of two things or possibly both. The first being the state in which he is moving, if that makes sense. Let me explain. You have the default walk speed, and then you're gonna have things like sprint speed, and then you're gonna have things like slide speed, and then possibly even things like fall speed. If you jump off a platform, you're gonna be moving quicker. Do all these things apply, and if so, are they the same variable at which the gun damage is increased? I don't know. We're gonna find out. I do think that sliding will still be counted as I mean, I hope there's like 20% of default walk speed, and then maybe it jumps up to maybe like 30% or something if you're at a sprint speed. And I imagine to be at a sprint speed, there's a particular speed variable that you have to, surpass or I'm not sure how it works, but like I said, I might be thinking too much into it. And the other is if movement speed has a direct effect on the gun damage percentage, right? If you are increased at 20% movement speed, then is this gun damage also increased at 20%? I think it works both ways. So maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right. If anyone knows, go ahead and put it down in the comments. I do not care for looking further into this game beyond the skill trees because I've already seen a lot, and I just want the game to be a little fresh to me when I play it. So that being said, violent momentum, the whole idea of this build: run fast, gun even faster. Okay, next we're going to go into violent speed. We're going to go ahead and put 5 points here. 20% movement speed. We're going to be moving fast. We're going to be doing more damage because of it. It won't be significant right now, but these movement speed bonuses will start to add up. Plus, it'll help us close distance between anyone and whoever's trying to backpedal away from us. Gearbox. From here, we're going to go into Death Follows Close. We'll also take these Bad Dose and static field. Probably when I am actually leveling in game, I'll probably put Winter's Drone just to have some kind of augment on my Sentinel. But once I get here, I'm going with Bad Dose and static field. Bad Dose will buff you with movement speed, which means more gun damage. Not a lot, but it could be a lot if there's a lot of enemies tagged, and it debuffs them. So it's kind of relatively speaking, it's putting buffs on you and putting debuffs on an enemy, putting you in a significant advantage. Static field, shield sustainability. That's all it's for. Next, we're going to go into drone delivery. I'll explain why I'm going into drone delivery in a second, but let's go ahead and finish off with a cool hand, 3 points just to reach the tier 4 perks. I'm going to go ahead and discuss why I'm not going into cold bore or salvation. Cold bore will be good for other Zane builds, especially since it's a tier 1 perk and you can put points into it. Even if you're pretty specced out into the other trees, this is going to be your cryo builds. It should work very well with his undercover skill tree, but it's not going to work well for this build. If you need weapon movements, weapon swap speed, go ahead and just swap out Cool Hand for this. Maybe a point into Cool Hand or a point into here. 32% weapon swap speed. I'm not sure if that's even noticeable, but if you really want it, go ahead and put it here. You don't have to have Cool Hand. Me personally, I want the reload. All right, now as far as salvation, there's a few things to say about this. Number one, I think Gearbox has learned their lesson from Borderlands 2 about lifesteal. That's number one. So I don't think lifesteal will be anywhere near as effective. But if it applies as a certain percentage of damage dealt, then it's technically the same thing. It just won't be no 60% or whatever the grog nozzle was. Anyway, that's number one. Number two, I'm in drone delivery. My plan with this build is to have my grenade mods be transfusion grenades. That way, all the grenades that drop from the Digi clone and the Sentinel all are focused on healing me, possibly the allies too. That will be my sustainability, as well as augments and just utility within the skill trees. So that is why I'm not going into salvation. But if you want lifesteal, hey, go for it. You're gonna have death follows close. You're gonna get a little bit extra lifesteal. Could be good. Could be good. I'm just not going into it. I don't think it'll be as good as a transfusion grenade. I hope the devs would make transfusion grenades be very useful. So that's my hope. I could be wrong. Maybe they messed it all up again, in which case if they did and lifesteal is king, throw all 5 points into there. It's fine. No one's gonna die if someone does that. I hope. All right, next we're gonna go into playing dirty or violent violence. I don't see any reason to going into both. Okay, if you're gonna use automatic weapons, ARs, SMGs, Cov, whatever, anything with a fast fire rate, go with violent violence. Okay, it's gonna help you kill them faster, and the bonus is gonna be even better with death follows close. Okay, me personally, I'm gonna go into playing dirty. Playing with a hip fire type build, I'll probably be using things like revolvers, shotguns, very semi-automatic, high damage weapons. I think that'll be the most beneficial, especially since we're gonna have a lot of raw gun damage added onto our base gun damage. So, also, one thing that may sway my opinion about playing dirty is that, again, the wording. Zane's next 5 shots all have a chance to fire an additional projectile. To me, that means that if your shotgun shoots 8 pellet spread, it's going to add an additional projectile, making it a 9 pellet spread. I hope that's not the case, because that's very underwhelming and that's very specific towards particular weapons, and that's just kind of odd that they would do that to a kill skill, make it to where it benefits certain weapons. And how do I word this? It benefits certain weapons in a way that would almost it wouldn't warrant you using any other weapon other than certain weapons, right? Why use a shotgun over a sniper rifle when you'll essentially be doubling the damage of the sniper rifle, right? Same thing with a revolver or anything else. The first 5 bullets, semi-automatic, anything like that. Now, chances are this is probably how it works, but it's also possible that it works like Two-Fang and it just operates as a kill skill. But I'm not too sure, but it could be a game changer for me. If it fires just 1 additional projectile for a shotgun, it might be a game changer. Or I could just not use shotguns and stick with things like revolvers sniper rifles, any other kind of semi-automatics that are in the game. So that's my reasoning for going into playing dirty. Plus, if you have a class mod, you're probably going to go into the 100% extra shot chance, 110% possibly if we consider how class mods used to work, in which case I wonder, are they going to make it to where if you have 110% extra shot chance that you have a guaranteed extra shot come out with the 10% for another extra shot to come out? Anyway, that'd be kind of cool. I don't know if they thought that far ahead, or if that's just plain flat not going to be a thing. The only time I would spec into both of these is if you have a class mod that covers both, and you should just put a point into one just to get the extra boost while you can. Other than that, I'm going playing dirty, and I'm stuck on Almighty Ordnance. Might as well talk about it. Almighty Ordnance. I'm actually gonna pick this up over Bad Dose. It's the idea of sustainability in my action skills. This is gonna help me sustain my shields. This is gonna help me sustain my action skill. So Almighty Ordnance is the little bit of strategy that is involved in this build. All you have to do is time it correctly. We'll see how hard or how easy that is. Hopefully it's easy. If not, there's always a way to make it work. Next, we're going to go into Good Misfortune. Action skill duration. Like I said, we want to sustain our action skills. We want them to be up as long as possible. The longer they're both up, the more damage we will be doing. From here, we're just going to put, I'm going to finish off Cool Hand. The reload speeds, I believe they stack. I'm like 99% positive that they stack, that you have a passive 13% and then an extra 17% once you get a kill. So 30% reload speed plus 25% here. Not going to do the math, too late in the night. Anyway, moving on. Seeing red, activate kill skills upon activating your action skill. That's great. You get kill skills without having to kill anybody. Could be very useful in co-op. Alright, we're going to move over to the Digiclone tree. We already have synchronicity. Alright, we have a lot of damage coming out already. We're going to go into Donnybrook for even more damage. This is a kill skill, so it is affected by Death Follows Close. From here, we pick up these action skill augments. Which one's real? Your Digiclone takes aggro for you, and however you pronounce that, your shields get restored. It's kind of like life steal, but shield steal, I guess, would be a more apt description of it. Next, we'll go into Fractal Frags. Alright, Frags, grenades are going to be great. Grenades are going to be bae, especially transfusion. They're going to help keep us alive, do a little bit of extra damage, and they get dropped automatically. So I call that a win-win. I'm going to take quick breather. Again, sustainability. I would like sustainability to be involved in my utility and not with my weapons at all. Now, you may be like, hey, Oni, you said that grenades are bae. Why aren't you taking duct tape mod? This is plain and simple. Once again, I'm paying attention to the text. It says here that the first shot fired has a chance to also fire a grenade. It does not specify that it is a grenade mod grenade. Fractal Frags goes out of its way to make you know that it is going to be a grenade mod. Right, throws a copy of the grenade mod. Drone Deliveries says drop a free grenade based on Zane's current grenade mod. So based off of that, I don't think that this is dropping a grenade mod, although that's dumb in my eyes. Why would they do that? That makes no sense to me, but whatever. That's their choice. So for it to just drop a raw grenade without a grenade mod seems very odd. Maybe it's based off the weapon somehow. I don't know. Doesn't matter. I'm not taking it. Instead, I'm going to go into borrowed time. All right. More action skill duration. All right, we want action skills up as long as possible. From here, we go into supersonic main. More movement speed equals more damage equals more getting places faster equals more killing equals fun, right? Math. Pocket full of grenades. Grenades are life. Grenades are bae. Grenades are gonna help keep us alive. All right, we can go ahead and put all 3 points into here. This actually synergizes very hard with Death Follows Close. It adds 7 seconds to the duration and increases it up to 25% grenade regeneration per second. I assume what that means is that it regenerates 25% of a grenade per second, meaning every 4 seconds you'll get 1 grenade. If you're at a 15-second duration, you're gonna get 3 grenades. All right, 1 second short of getting 4, but you want 3 grenades per cycle of this kill skill. Because you're gonna want Boom Enhance, and Boom Enhance consumes 3 grenades every time you summon your Digiclone. Alright, so you summon your Digiclone, activates kill skill, you're already getting your 3 grenades back. If you chain these kills together, every cycle you're gonna gain 1 extra grenade. So it's good stuff. And Fractal Frags, it synergizes very well. You're tripping on my words. Your Digiclone is going to be dropping grenades at a 30% chance while you're killing. So you need this grenade regen. I see no reason not to get it. It's gonna help out a lot. We already talked about we haven't talked about Donnybrook. Look, it consumes 3 grenades and it gives your Digiclone all the above buffs, like everything. All right, it's good stuff. It's gonna help you out a lot. Possible decisions to be made: digital distribution. You could do this between Schadenfreude. Schadenfreude. I'm just gonna say that. I don't know how to pronounce that. Between that and quick breather and static field, your shield should be up a lot, which is why I'm not taking this. But if you decide not to take quick breather, or you decide to replace this with something else, well, maybe digital distribution might be worth it. Your Digiclone's gonna have a lot of health with boom enhance, so it'll have a lot of health to spare. Me personally, I'd rather, whenever the Digiclone takes damage, I'd rather be converted to my shields. So yeah, guys, this is the build. There's, like I said, there's not much strategy involved in this build. The only strategy is Almighty Ordnance. You know, if you can land this, great. Your action skill is gonna be refresh your Sentinel drone. That's great. And if you can't, you'll get used to it. So I guess I'll discuss basically every encounter that you run into. You're basically just gonna pop both action skills, right? You're gonna pop both action skills. You're gonna have a ton of movement speed from, you know, the kill skills being procced. Supersonic Man is based off how many action skills are active. There we go. All of this is gonna roll over to, you know, how much gun damage you're getting. You're gonna be damn near 100% gun damage. All right, you're gonna be really close to it, which is insane. That all your skills are buffing you at you know, 100% gun damage. If you have this go off and it works the way it should work, you're gonna be, it's a lot of damage. It's a lot of damage, and you're gonna be running and gunning. Your grenade's gonna be sustaining you. Your action skill utilities, your augments are gonna be sustaining you as well. So all you have to do is just run around and kill people. All right, the reason why we play FPS games, I think, at least. And if you like that other camping style, there's still a build for you. So yeah, guys, this is my build. This is what I'm gonna go with. I think I covered everything. I didn't touch on Boomsday, but if you want your Sentinel to be helping you doing damage, go Ordnance and Boomsday. Like I said, I want sustainability. That way I'm doing all the damage and I'm doing all the killing. But there's nothing wrong with going with that. Doppelbanger, I mean, this seems really lame, honestly. Binary system also seems lame, but could be useful in a cryo build. I already talked about digital distribution. Old Jew, I mean, I'm not trying to get into fight for your life too often. Fight for your life is your biggest crutch in this. You will lose your movement speed, and you're going to be losing out on quite a bit of gun damage. So not too useful. Obviously, these ones we can't even spec into them, so there's no point in really talking about them. You want boom enhance. There's no reason why you want anything else other than boom enhance. So yeah, guys, like I said, only strategy, Almighty Ordnance, land that. So you throw out both of your action skills, right? Your Sentinel is going to last longer. So once your Digiclone expires, start looking for the Almighty Ordnance. And if you get this to proc, then you're gonna have a fresh duration of your Sentinel, which is gonna allow your Digiclone to come back up. And once you throw that one out again, I don't know. I think that Good Misfortune should still proc fresh for it, since it's a fresh Digiclone, so it's possible you can get this to extend into another Sentinel. And either way, you're going to be keeping an action skill up all the time, maintaining your synchronicity, your borrowed time, your supersonic man, things like that. I mean, I guess that's kind of strategy, but I feel like you'll just be pressing the action skills as you go. You know, it'll become part of the quote-unquote rotation. So yeah, guys, this is my run and gun Zane build. This is the build that I will be playing when I play Zane. Recent events have caused me to want to play Zane on my first playthrough. Initially it was Flak, but I think I'm gonna be going with Zane. I don't know. There's still a little bit of time to decide, so we'll see what happens. Anyways, guys, I will be streaming my first playthrough, by the way, on Twitch. I'll leave a link down in the description. Go ahead and follow if you want to catch me. I will be streaming it 11 p.m. Central Standard Time on September 12th. That is when the games should release. It seems like every game releases at my time, 11 p.m. On every release day. So we'll see how that goes. But either way, I will be streaming this game a lot, all day and all night. Gonna be grinding it out, trying to get to end game and try to get some good content for you guys. All right, I appreciate you guys stopping by. Let me know what you think of the build. Let me know if you're gonna be running Zane. Shout out to the Zane. We we hopping on the Zane train now. Yeah. Okay, no, maybe not. All right. I think that's gonna do it, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I'll catch y'all next time.